Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. For this review, we will be covering Hijack Season 1, now out on Apple TV+. Pretty good show, so buckle your seatbelts, note the emergency exits, and I will hand this over to my co-pilot, Akram. What were your thoughts?
I'm about to skydive. Oh, no, it was it was a pretty good show, not gonna lie. Again, I'm a big fan of Idris Elba. He's one of my favorite actors, and I think the whole... It does feel familiar. I do feel like I've seen something like this before and some point or time in media, but for the most part, I think it was a pretty good show. We don't see much of Dubai in like things except Mission Impossible and stuff, so I kind of find it funny. I don't know. The airplane was actually really important. The whole set it's like that's super important. The way how they designed it and the way how they filmed it, I thought it was really clever the way how they did it. It does feel really spacious.
Than our plane that we took for fucking San Diego shit.
Yeah, my knees couldn't take it in that. Yeah, it was really spacious, but it made sense because obviously for the camera, and the cameras are huge and stuff. So it was a pretty good show.
Yeah. I like the fact that they utilize every character that we see. You know, sometimes, you tend to get, caught up with the main characters that you don't care about the extras, but the extras felt like just as important as, the main characters. And it makes sense for this type of story because, it's about everybody getting involved because everybody's under this threat, of hostage situation. So I like that they every character had a role to play, right? And even the hijackers themselves kind of felt sympathetic in a way. I like that they didn't just make them like this generic, they're just terrorists for this, fanatical cause or something. They actually have families, right? And they actually have something more that they're doing this for. They're not doing it just for like money or power, right? They're just doing it because they they want to save people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty all the characters. I'd say not every character, but they definitely feel lived in type of characters. They have their own dramas and traumas, right? And I think it makes it more interesting, especially in a really kind of claustrophobic setting. Everything feels really like there's a lot of generosity in like the characters and stuff like that, and then just the spacing. So I appreciate that. And that's what you do need because these type of shows could get really dry, especially if you extend them over a couple of episodes. So, I mean, I honestly, this could have been like a movie and it would be fine. But the fact that, episode, and there's ground level stuff, there's also like situations with jets and whatever. So I think it has plenty of variety that it deals with and all these troubles that come its way.
It feels authentic. It feels like this is actually like you're watching like news coverage of this happening like in real time or something.
You know why? Because you also try to put yourself in their shoes. It's like the mystery, like, how do I do this? So that's why it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a pretty good show.
Yeah. Idris Elba was awesome. I like that they didn't try to make him like another Liam Neeson. Right. I mean, he's kind of badass, but like it's not like he's like some ex-military dude that just happens to board this flight, right? He's a negotiator, and I like that. The power of communication. That's key to the show is like trying to talk somebody down, right? To persuade them to do what you want. Right? I thought that was like really interesting because he's like a fucking like psychological manipulator because the way he talks to people and the terrorists too, because these terrorists are almost kind of like schizo like sometimes I felt annoyed sometimes with them, especially Stewart. Neil Maskell was really good as Stewart. Yeah. He felt like a very like unhinged type of character. So that dynamic between him and Sam Nelson was really interesting. It's like who's really in control in a way.
Yeah, for sure. And again, when they get to ground level stuff, but sometimes it's kind of funny though. In the beginning, where that guy was like, "YOLO," and they shot him. I was like, "Damn, I know, they're cool." But yeah, I mean, I recommend you guys check it out. I think a lot of people dog on Apple TV Plus, but I mean, we reviewed Apple TV Plus before. There's good and there's bad, but I think there's always something that you can find, and no matter what, it's good quality. So definitely check out this show. I think you guys are in for the ride of your life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, what would you rate it? It'll keep you hooked. I would probably rate this show. I'll give it high marks. I think I enjoyed it a lot, so I'll probably give it 9 out of 10. How about you?
I agree. I think I'd give it 9 out of 10 too, for sure. I think that warrants it completely.
But yeah, that is our review, guys. Check it out if you haven't. Let us know what you thought of Hijack. It was a pretty good series. We enjoyed it. But yeah, we have a lot of videos coming out this week and this month. We're so busy, but I can't wait for you guys to see all our content because we're catching up. We we had a video vlog that we were working on, so we're catching up a lot of shows and movies that came out this month in the summer, but I can't wait for you guys to watch them all. But until then, guys, thanks for having lunch with us.
See you.